Hey, what's up everybody out there? It's Mike from Hansen Fitness for Golf, and today I'm going to take you through a workout that's going to improve your body and your golf game. The best thing, you can do it right at home. You don't need any equipment except a golf club, of course. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through the entire workout. I've grouped everything, all the exercises into two. So I'm going to go through each two at a time, and then if you feel like you can do more, I'm going to go through them one time. You can go through them 2 times. You can make 2 sets of everything, or you can make 3 sets of everything, depending on your level and your time that you have. So I've designed this workout that you can literally just do it in your living room, wherever you have about 5 by 5 space, and it's really designed to help your golf game and to help your body and to just get your mind right a little bit. And if you're stuck inside right now due to the coronavirus, we're all going through it, and this is just me giving back to you something that you can do just to keep you sane and healthy. All right, so here we go. All we're going to do is we're going to go through a warm-up right now. So we're just going to go high knees. We're just going to go high knees just like this. Use your arms. So we're just going to get the blood flowing. One thing with doing exercises at home is it's really hard to work your upper body. So now let's go butt kicks. So it's tough to work your upper body. You can do a lot of pushes and things, but the thing that we need as a society, as human beings, is we need to work our back more. I always tell my clients, you should do 2 to 3 back exercises for every 1 push. But unfortunately, so now that we've done that, we're going to go arm hugs. But unfortunately, it's harder to work your back without resistance because you have to pull. So if you don't have a band to pull, or if you don't have a pull-up bar to pull on, it's tough. It's tough to work the upper shoulders and things like that. So hopefully you'll learn a couple new things. You just have to use your imagination a little bit and understand how the body works. So now let's go arm circles. So we're going to go arm circles forward. But as long as you understand that you really need to work your back a little bit more than the front, because we want to avoid, now we're going to go backwards, we want to avoid getting the rounded shoulders or being from sitting all day, especially if you're cooped up at home and not much to do and you're watching TV more, or you're on the computer a little bit more. We want to try and avoid that. All right, so now that we've gotten that warmed up, we're going to go a little bit of just side to side with the hips. So we want to just stretch the groin. I really like this to go, you're going to sit into your glute. So when you sit in your glute, you're going to keep this left leg, this opposite leg straight, and you're going to go side to side. All right, so we're going to really stretch out the hips there, the groin area, get that going. Next thing we'll do is we're just going to reach forward. So you're going to hinge from your hip. So you want to look at that hip joint, you're going to hinge from your hip, and so once we go down here, we're going to reach for the ground, and then we'll reach for the ground, keeping the legs straight as you can, and then we're just going to go over to here, and then we'll come up, and then we're going to go over to this one. So we're just going to reach, we're just going to get that shoulder turn a little bit, shoulder turn over to this one. If you can't touch it, that's okay, just go as far as you can. And then once you've done that, now we're just going to add a little bend to the knees, and we're going to do, we'll call windmills. So we're going to go back and forth. Really feel like you're keeping your weight in your heels. So when you do these, your weight's back in your heels, and you're just rotating side to side each way. Okay, so once we've got that one going, now we're going to go into a squat. So I really like to warm up the back, get the back activated. So what we're going to do is called the 5-count squat. So we're going to go feet wide, toes out, and then you're going to reach down for the ground, just like this. We're going to squat down this way. So now we're going to push out against our knees. So we're stretching the groin, then we're going to put the arms up in the air, and then we're going to stand pushing through your heels. All right, so we're going to do 5 of these. So it's a 5 count. We're going to go toes out, reach for the ground, squat, 2, push out, 3, arms up, 4, stand, 5. Good. So we're going down, 1, 2, push out, 3, up, 4. That's it. Now we're going down, squat, push out as hard as you can, arms straight up, and then up, and we'll do one more. So we're going down, squat, push out, arms up, weight in your heels, and then stand. So do what you can. If you feel any aches or pains during this, you know, don't try and work through it. Be smart, slow down. If you feel any, you know, any aches or pains, I ask you to just kind of stop, pause, or do some easier exercises that I'll show you today. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into getting the upper body. Like I said, it's kind of tough to work that, but we're going to go here. We're going to go arms straight, locked out, and then you're going to try and squeeze your shoulders together. And then you're going to push your arms forward, squeeze your shoulder blades. Now it's important on this, you guys can keep going as I'm talking, but it's important on this is that you don't lift your shoulders towards your ears. You want to almost feel like you're pulling down and you're squeezing a pencil right in the middle of your back. So you can even, if that's hard for you, you're going to go here and then pull down, keeping the arms straight. It's easier to do it out wide and squeeze, but I want you to try and keep your arms straight and right in front of you if you can. So we're going to squeeze forward, squeeze back, go forward. Let's do 10 of these. And really try not to arch your back too much. Stand up tall, squeeze back, go forward, squeeze back, go forward. All right, and then I want you to grab a golf club. So if you need a second, go grab it. If you want to pause the video, pause it now. I'm going to grab mine. And on this one, what we're going to do is you're going to hold on to, I have a 6-iron here, and what we're going to do from here is you're just going to hold on to it on the edges, so towards the club head and the grip, and from here you're going to do that same thing. So you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades, so squeeze your shoulder blades, and then try and pull the club apart. So you're actually trying to squeeze the shoulder blades and pull the club apart, pull it apart, pull it apart, pull it apart, and hold. Stop, sorry. So we're going to hold it for 5 seconds. We're going to try and pull the club apart, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the club apart, pull it apart, pull it apart, and then relax. Good. Now we'll do one more. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades first, pull the club apart, pull it apart. Good. Hopefully none of you actually pulled the club apart, but if you did, you probably need some better shafts. But yeah, so that's a good exercise. It's just an isometric exercise that's going to really engage the back. And I think it's, if you don't have any other way to work your back, that's one of the best ones that you can do just to engage and get those muscles woken up. Because what happens is when we're like this all day, typing, driving, whatever we're doing, these muscles in the back are relaxed. They're just chilling, so they're not engaged. So we want to make sure that those really get engaged. Speaking of engagement of the backside, now we're going to go down to the ground and we're going to work the glute muscle, the butt cheeks. And this is a big one for any type of stability, or if you have tightness in your hips, this one will definitely make a big difference in getting more mobile in your hip joint. So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to lay on the back, knees bent. We're going to look at the hip, or the belt line. So if you have a belt buckle on, or if you have strings in your shorts, you're going to try and pelvic tilt. So you're going to make the strings or the belt buckle go towards your chin. And doing that, you're going to have to engage your butt cheeks. So we're going to squeeze the glutes. We're going to take the arms off the floor so they're not helping. And then we're going to squeeze the glutes. I like to use the analogy. We're going to do this for up to 1 minute. Anywhere between 45 seconds to a minute, as long as you don't get a cramp. Because what happens is your hamstrings are doing all the work all the time. So when you actually try and fire your glute, your hamstring takes over and you get a cramp. So if you are cramping about now, we need to go back and digress and just lay flat on the floor and try and squeeze your butt cheeks if you're cramping right about now. So what you're doing here is you're squeezing the glutes. You're trying to squeeze your cheeks together. I like to use the analogy with kids is you're in the elevator with one other person, you got bad gas. You got to hold it all the way up to the 100th floor, and you're really squeezing your glutes, squeeze them, and then once we get to 45 seconds to a minute, then we can relax and we can go back down. So we're gonna go down here like this. So that's the glute, and then like I said before, I'm gonna do 2 exercises at a time. So that was the glute squeeze, and now we're gonna do a dead bug. And I'm gonna do 1 set, but you can double it or triple it if you like. Dead bugs are for the core, so now we're gonna get the core engaged. So we're gonna bend the knees, just like this, arms straight up. You can put your head on the floor, or you can put your head up. Head up's a little bit harder on the neck. So from here, I'm keeping my back pushed into the ground as hard as I can. I'm gonna drop my right arm and my left leg as close to the ground without touching. My back is flat against the ground, and then I'm gonna alternate. There's a little bit of coordination going on in this one. So make sure you start arms up, because a lot of people, and you're probably doing it right now, they wanna drop the arm with the leg, like this. But keep this arm up if you can. So we're just going back and forth, keeping that back as flat as you can, dropping your arm and leg as close to the ground as you can without touching. And really, I can't express enough how flat you want to try and keep your lower back. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of those to each side. So there, we're engaging the glute, and then we're engaging the core. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is just a basic squat. So a squat is one of my favorite exercises. It's awesome if you can have resistance. In this case, we're not using resistance. So if you're looking for more, I guess I don't want to say a better workout, but more, instead of adding resistance, you can add repetitions. So you can just do more repetitions, or you can hold it at the bottom. There's so many other ways to get a better workout or more of a workout without using resistance. Or if you have to have resistance, just find something, a kid to put on your shoulders, something to hold on to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a squat. So we want feet shoulder width apart, weight on your heels. I like to put the arms out just for counterbalance. And then you're gonna squat down, sitting back into your hips, into your glutes, trying to keep your weight in your heels. So we're gonna go down, weights in the heels, knees behind the toes, and then back up. We're gonna do 10 repetitions. So that was 3. We're gonna go 4, 5, 6. Make sure you're pushing through the heels. 8, 9, and then 10. All right? So that's gonna get the legs going. Next thing we're gonna do, so that was 10 reps. Now we're gonna do a lateral lunge. And in the lateral lunge is a lot like the warm-up we did for the groin and hip. You're gonna step to the side. You're gonna sit down into your glute. I like to tell my clients that their foot, ankle, knee, and hip are all aligned. So when you look at from this angle, I got my foot, ankle, knee, and hip are all in a line. I'll see some people go like this, but just feel like you're sitting into your hip and it's all aligned. Think backswing on this. So think I got my backswing. I'm gonna load my leg just like that. All right, so we're gonna start feet together. We're gonna go left, load, ankle, knee, hip, all aligned, up, and then we're gonna go opposite. So we're going ankle, knee, hip, all aligned here, legs straight here. We're gonna go 10 on each side. So it looks from the side, it's just like that. And then in this way, loading the hip, loading the hip. If you wanna add some variation to this one, you can add a rotation once you get down there. So you can get here and then rotate your shoulders. That's great if you want to think backswing here, and then on the left side, think follow through here. Anyway, you want to make sure that you keep the hip, knee, and ankle all aligned. Very important. All right, so that's a good 2 exercises for the lower body. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the upper body just a little bit. So I like to do my power exercises early in the workouts, just so we have that explosiveness and strength. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do what's called a power push-up. And we're going to do it from the knees So from here, you're gonna get on your knees, nice and tall, and you're gonna go down into a push-up position on your knees. Yes, guys, like a girl push-up, but we don't call them girl push-ups. So from here, you're gonna keep your feet up. You're gonna go down into a push-up, and then you're gonna push yourself off the floor. And then you're gonna come back down, push yourself up. Try and keep your body in as straight a line as you can. And we're gonna do 10 reps. If you find this is hard, difficult, you can't do it, don't go down so far. Just come up to there, or the other thing you can do is you can keep your feet back a little bit and then use your hips. So as you come up, you push your hips back this way. But if you can do it, great. Try and stay in a straight line. That's gonna get your upper body a little bit more explosive. All right, and then from here, what we're gonna do now is another explosive move. That's the jump squat. So you're gonna go back into that same squat we did earlier. Good form, weights in your hips, in your back, in your heels. And then from here, I like to use the arms. We're gonna go down into that squat and then jump as high as you can. So we're gonna do 10 of those. So we're gonna go down, up, jump. Down, up, jump. Make sure you're getting your weight into your heels. And then jumping up as high as you can. We'll go 2 more. And then last one. Good. So we got explosive push-ups and then explosive squat to a jump. That's going to get your heart rate up and get you a little bit more explosive. Cut. Woo! These next 4, it's all one exercise with 4 movements, and it's all for the upper back and shoulders, one of the most important areas of the body that you can really work on. So what we're going to do is, it's called T's, Y's, L's, and W's. So we're making 4 different letters. So what we're going to do is, you're going to get into a driver posture, actually a wedge posture, so you want to be forward this way. And then you're going to make a T. So with your arms, you're going to go up, squeeze your shoulder blades. Be sure you don't go this way, because 90% of people want to go that way because it's easier and you're stronger that way. Make sure you're here and your arms are going straight up. So if I brought my hands down, they're going to go straight up. If I did it this way, they'd be out in front of me. So they're going straight up, and I'm making a T. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades. It's going to be a short movement, but just make sure you get that area there. We're going to do 10 of each. So that's 10. From the front, it looks like this. 10. And now we're going to go into a Y. So you're going to go here and then straight up as high as you can go, keeping your arms straight. What I see a lot of clients do is they start like this, and then by the end they're up here. Make sure you don't lose your posture. Stay down in your posture. Go arms up this way, squeezing the shoulder blades, keeping the arms as straight as you can. So we have T's, Y's. Now we're going to do L's. So L is, you're going to get here, so you're going to go up, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then lift as high as you can. Again, don't come out of your posture. So we're going 2, 3, up, rotate. So the way it looks like here is up, rotate your arms. Again, it's a lot easier and you're stronger down here. Stay up here and rotate. That's the L. Now we're going to make a W. So it's best to see from the front. We're going to put our arms like this, and we're going to go up and back. So up and back like a W. Trying to get your elbow, if you can, underneath your thumb. So back, squeeze the shoulder blades. They should be really burning by now. And then 9, 10. So that's a really good one for your upper back and shoulders, and one that I believe you should probably do it every day at the end of a day, long day sitting at a computer, but for now, it's a great one for your upper back and shoulders. Next thing we're going to do is a reverse lunge with a twist. So we're going to add a golf element into this. So we went to the side already lateral, now we're going to go backwards. So we're going to go back, down, and then twist over the front leg. So you always want to twist into the leg that's in the front. So we'll start feet together, back, rotate, and then back up. One thing here with the lunge is you want to go back, Weights in your heel, and then turn. Back, weight in your heel, turn. All right, so we're gonna go here, back, turn, back, turn, back, turn, back, turn. So we're gonna go 10 on each side. Now, what I'm doing a reverse lunge is a little bit less impact on your knees and quads than a forward lunge. So this is one of the easier ways to do a lunge, but we've already gone through squats, lateral lunges, all that stuff. So a reverse lunge at this point is pretty good for you. If you want to do a forward lunge, by all means, you can add that in as well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do one of my new favorites that I found, and you're going to need to be on the ground for this one. So this is another great one for the shoulders and back. And you know how you do, like, I don't know, I grew up in Indiana, now I live in California, but we used to make snow angels when it was snow. If you've never done it, then maybe golfers make sand angels. So this one is a reverse snow angel or sand angel. And we're not even going to use the legs. So you're going to lay on your stomach, face down, arms over your head. You're going to lift your arms up as high as you can, lift your arms up, and then bring them together back here and lift as high as you can, and then back up, over, and down. You know, doing this, it feels like if I was Michael Phelps, I'd be doing the butterfly stroke. So we're going to go up, squeeze the back, bring it here, up, and then down. So we're going up, back, down. We'll do 3 more. Back, down, up, back, down, up, back. And then we'll go, let's go one more. Up, back, down. So that one's really getting that back side of your shoulders. The next thing we're going to do from here is called a bear plank. So another really good one. I have 3 different progressions for this one. I'll show you all 3 of them. What you want to do is if you're doing the first one, you want to hold it 30 seconds to a minute. If you're doing the second one, you want 10 on each extremity. And then if you're doing the third one, you want 10 on each side. So I'll show you all 3. You choose which one you want to do, and then do them. So first one is you're going to get on your hands and knees. You're going to get your knees 2 inches off the floor, just like this. And then from here, you're going to engage your glutes. Try and pull, so you're trying to pull your knees and your hands together. And you're going to engage the core, and you're going to hold it for 30 seconds. So it doesn't look like much, but try it. It feels good. Next one is bear plank progression 2. So from here, we're going to go same position, toes tucked under, knees 2 inches off the floor, and now I'm going to try and keep my hips level, and I'm going to raise one hand, the other hand, right foot, left foot, left hand, right foot, left foot. So I'm going through like a circle, keeping my hips as square as I can. Whoops, that's the next one. And then holding it for about 2 to 3 seconds. So that's bear plank progression 2. This next one's bear plank progression 3. So we're gonna go here, same thing, maybe it looks better here. Now we're gonna lift alternate arm and leg. So we're same position, bear plank. We're gonna go right arm, left leg, hold. 5 seconds, switch, hold, 5 seconds, switch, hold, 5 seconds. Really try and not let your hips move. So we'll go 10 on each side of those. So choose which one. Maybe you want to start with bear plank 1 and work your way up to bear plank 3. Try them all, see which one's harder, and then do that one. So these next 2 exercises are going to be down on the floor. We're going to work the glute again, and then the bicep. So what we're going to do like we did the bridge before. So the same thing. You're gonna squeeze your glutes, hold the glutes, and then arms up. And just like you were doing before, but this time, we're gonna raise one leg. And if you cramped the first time, I don't recommend doing this one. At this point, you probably just wanna do the glute squeeze again. But we're gonna go one leg raised. Try not to let the hip drop. The hip's gonna wanna fall, don't let it happen. And then you're gonna drop your hips to the ground and then raise up, pushing through the heel. I always like to we'll do it on this side. I even like to raise my toe up and then down and up. So you're squeezing the glute, pushing up through the heel. We'll go 10 reps. And then we're gonna switch sides. So we're going up. This is a really good one. You wanna try and feel it in your glute as much as you can. All right, so this one, biceps. You probably think, how can I work my biceps without any resistance? So I found this way to be pretty interesting. So what you're gonna do is, like we did before with, that was on a different. So what you're gonna do is grab your legs, just like this, and you're gonna try and push away with your feet, but you're gonna try and pull with your arms. So you're pushing with your feet, pulling with your arms, and you're gonna pull your knees into your chest, let them out, pull as hard as you can, working the bicep muscle. That's this one right here, the beach muscle, the one everybody wants to get big for the beaches. So we're just gonna push with your legs, try and pull, resist against it, and then push, extend, pull the legs back. It's actually a pretty good workout. Try it out. Do 10 to 15 of those. All right, so for golf, you really want to be as stable as you can in your glutes and hips. And these two are probably two of my favorites to accomplish that. This one is, you're just going to do a single leg rotation. So you're going to stand in your golf posture, lift one leg up. So if you lift your right leg up, you're standing on your left leg, you're going to rotate to your left. Trying to keep the glute engaged, your weight's on your heel, and you're just going to rotate to your left, just like that. And then if that's tough, so if you're falling all over the place, just set your toe down back here and use it. And the wider you are, the more balance you'll have. So once you've done, let's do 10. Good, and now we're going to switch sides. So do the same thing again. So you're going to stand on your right leg. If you can, keep your left foot up. You're going to get into driver posture, and then you're going to rotate, and you might find that one side is easier than the other. And if it's tough, you're falling all over the place, just set your toe down and try and get as much turn as you can. And we'll do 10 of those each side. And then now the glutes you should feel that in your hips and glutes. And now that they're going, we're just going to add a little bit more fire to the pot here. My coach used to always say, let's get them while they're hot. So you're going to stand on that same leg. This leg, opposite leg, is going to go up, and you're going to reach with the opposite hand. So the foot that's down, the opposite side is doing all the movement. So you're going to reach down and touch, and then come all the way back up. So let's do 10 of those. What's going to happen is this hip is going to want to open up, and you don't want to allow that. You want to let this knee and this toe point towards the ground. They're going to want to do that. You want to make sure that they stay here and down towards the ground. If you need to, you should have 10 done by now, but if you need to, you can set this toe down on this side. But if you don't need to, I wouldn't recommend it. I come all the way back up, back down this way, and keep the weight in your heel. And so if you do lose your balance, and you'll also notice that you might have more balance in one side than the other, that's okay. Just keep working on it. Do a little few extra in that one that you have the problem side on. So that is a great workout. Full body, upper body. I got a good sweat. I'm sure you are too if you've gone through it. If you find some exercise that you like, unfortunately. They're probably not the ones you need. You want the ones that are tougher for you because you probably need those more. So do those a little extra, but go through, like I said, I did 1 set of each one. And if you have time, or if you feel like you need a little more, go ahead and try 2 or 3 sets of those and just keep working through them. That's a great workout that's full body, adds a lot of rotation, a lot of hip loading, great balance exercises, everything that's going to help your golf game that you can do at home. So stay safe, wash your hands, and I hope to see you on the golf course soon.